guys, Peaky Dippers. Today, because I've had to phone in work because I've had to go on isolation because of the family and different things, so I took 14 holiday days. I thought the first day I'd make useful and get out into fresh air, do some gardening, but mainly I was getting rid of all my finds through the year that I found at Peaky Dippers. So you'll see stuff that people have given me, stuff that I've restored, stuff that has got to be scrapped, stuff you may see you want. Trouble is, by the time the video goes out, it's probably going to be gone. So I'm just going to give you a quick flick of what we put out of canals over the last year anyway, and it'll just give you an idea of what we get. This is not all of it, obviously. I mean, I'd estimate over the year of Peaky Dippers we've probably scrapped 10 tonne plus when we've had scrapman come and pick up scrap. Obviously Peaky Dippers is on about getting a van eventually, so we'll take our own scrap. That'll put a big problem out the way, because I can come and just weigh my own scrap in, make a few quid here and there, and at the same time I'm taking it straight from the canals. So I'm going to start off, guys, with the mountain bike found in Birmingham. We pulled this out and it was absolutely tipping it down. Now guys, you'll probably, if you've watched all my videos, this will test you now. If you watched all my videos, you probably would have seen half of this actually come out. Well, interestingly today I'll show you through the scrap and the stuff I've got, but I'm also going to show you the amount of bottles I got from bottle digging. This is not my personal collection, this is just extra. This is just what I may sell eventually. So, back onto the point. Onto the nice green bike. It is do-upable. I'll get a tenner for that easy. It rides. Pair of new tyres on it. New brakes, new chain. That'll be gone. Found a kids one. Where did we find this, Maria? This was in Birmingham as well.
Well, that was one of our very first finds, I think.
Yeah. So, it don't look much at the moment, but, you know, it's got potential, guys, and I'm not just saying that the spokes look a bit rusty, but, you know, it takes a bit of TLC, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you know, if somebody buys that for a £5,
something can be done with it.
yeah, somebody has that for a £5, say, and if I want to do that, I can then, it's worth their money. Now, I've always chucked the cash tins at the canal side and saves and stuff like that, obviously, because they weigh a ton. But these are a few little safes I found, money tins, should I say. There's my first ever lid I found off one. This was before I filmed Peaky Dippers. If you look back at Magneto's first videos, I was on there before I started Peaky Dippers. Another cash tin. Obviously you can see where they've all been drilled out, hence the fact that was in the canals. There you go, there's another one. Nice little tin there. Oh, I can't open it. There's nothing in anyway because I've had it open before. Moving on to lanterns. Now, Nigel Pedrick gave me these lanterns and they have absolutely gone past restoring them. But don't get worrying, Nigel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lenses out. Here and here and here. And I'm going to reuse these lenses. I'm going to put them on in the garden as little charms, shine the lights around, stuff like that. So that's them. But as far as them have gone, I think you'll agree, guys, there's too much time and effort to put that into them unless there was a bit more stronger. There's an old flint off an old off an old heater lamp that used to go in there. So that's that. So let's go into my scrap, which takes me to this box. That, guys, is just all general scrap. It's bits and bobs, it's bits of hooks, potato peelers, bits of old chisels, you name it, the scrap is in there. Right, now, you may, if you watched one of my videos about 3 or 4 months ago, I was cleaning all the coins up that I found, whether they're foreign, whether they're English. We cashed in probably about £50, £56 was it?
60 odd pound.
Oh, was it 60 odd pound? Now, we've still got all that to go through, guys. as you can see, money bags, coins. In here, this was, we couldn't carry it at one point. I mean, it's just all coins. Now these are what you're chucking away in the canals, guys. And I've always said, and it's one of my sayings, so no one can nick it, keep chucking it in, because I'll always have it. So that's the money. And if that goes towards another rope for me, or a magnet, so be it. I didn't realise, guys, actually Peaky Dipper's probably done better with tools than anything else. Now you can say what you want. You may want to call me a tool, but I've had everything from axes to wheel nut clamps. I've got forks, there's a cement stirrer there, screwdrivers, lump hammers. Lump hammers I will never get rid of, even the heads to them, because they're just coming useful. Even that has held my gate open for a year since I've been doing Peaky Dippers. There's another lump hammer. They're worth getting a grinder on these guys, taking them back to the steel. They will come up absolutely mint, and then re-handling them and putting a handle in. But the way to get old handles out of these guys is chuck them on fire, chuck them straight onto a fire. The wood will burn, obviously, and the innards, and then you've got your metal hammer, and then you can re-handle it, if that's the right word. Yeah, so I'm just chucking bits of rubbish away as I go along, guys. So I've got everything there, scrapers, another hammerhead, which that won't be chucked either. All the hammerheads I will keep. Now when I went to Leicester on a collab, I came across this, which is an old cobbler's mould. Now it weighs a ton. So when I pulled this out, it was at the River Saw when I was with Brett McFarlane. Crazy, what is he? I went with Crazy Magnet Family and Magnetic Max, and we pulled that out. I think Magnetic UK was there also. So that's always going to be kept. I'm never going to chuck that. Now, I've always struggled with pronouncing what these are called. I think they're called, you can laugh at me if you want, carabiners. They're called carabiners?
I haven't a clue.
Oh well, I'll call them clips because it's just the easiest way around, right? But a few of them rusty and a few have gone past it. I have done a restorement on this one, and it does work. So some of these I may clean up, some of them, to be fair, might just go in scrap. It's not worth
risking
putting a magnet on the end of that, guys, and then attaching your rope. Never do it. If you've got a brake force on a rope that's weaker than this metal, you're going to have your magnet attached to this, and then your rope's going to snap and you've lost that along with your magnet. I have saw people doing it. Don't do it, guys. If you're going to use that in any way, put your rope there along to your magnet and use that to clip around your trousers, because I've seen so many people lose magnets through these things. Them three can go in the scrap because they've gone past it. I'm keeping that one. Right, this takes us on to the jewellery, guys. Now this is quite exciting. All this here, I've gone through it, is tat. It is just, that's a piece of copper. Now that's an offering that we pulled out. That will be kept, to be fair. I'm not going to chuck things like that, because I do believe that they've been put in for a reason. I may even put it back in the canal because it was an offering, so we'll see. Yeah, found old clocks, baby bangles, most of it there in that pile is just tat. As you can see, it's all rusted. If it rusts, it can't be gold or silver. Silver will go black. There's a pair of scissors. Let me put them over there with the scissors. Am I right? Where am I going? I'll put them there. Right. Many people may have saw me pull out the coin. The silver £1 coin. Worth some money. Doesn't matter if it's got a little bit of silver on it. I've got this bag here is pure gold and silver. I've actually got to go and weigh this in. This is 100% worth money. All the rest of it here I've still got to have checked out, but it looks better than that stuff there. Now these here guys, I am seeing people pull these out and chucking them away. Just to let you know guys, some of these here, if you get a jeweller's loop, some of these have actually got silver proof marks on, and gold, depending on what they are. So that's all my potential real stuff. Obviously these, I don't know what these are, but we did find some pearls. Oh wow, them in there, there you go. Them are real pearls, that's real jewellery guys. That is on one of my videos. I think it's one of my biggest videos to be fair. So have a look. I've got to go through that properly. Get my jeweller's loop out and take some time. Now I've got the time. This then moves me on to hooks. I did have one off Scott Hargood, but I'm sorry Scott, I've got to start getting rid of a few things, as you understand, because I believe you're doing the same today. I've got hooks here. They're just big metal hooks. They're nice at the time to pull out, and if my grinder hadn't have blown up, I probably would have restored them. I'll probably keep that one for in the garden. And I've got an old fashioned meat hook here that I'll probably keep as well. So that's that. Windlasses. These are very common to find obviously in the canals and the locks. I gave one of these to, I believe it was Steve Forrest, Rusty Nuts. So I would have had 3, but I gave Steve one. I pulled this one out not so long back, about a month ago, if that. That's very old or it's broken. And a mooring pin. And I gave a mooring pin, I believe, to Steve Forrest also. So he's got one. But I did restore them and I got them so they was nice and shiny for him. Right, I'm going to take you backwards. Here's the scissors guys. I have had more scissors but I've used them. Why not? I've used them. Sorry, Marie standing on all the piles, but if she stood over there on the path, it'd be more better. Yeah, so this is all the scissors. I've got hospital scissors. Now, well, these are what we've used for Marie's toenails on the videos. Old scissors, tweezers, and a pair of, they were quite expensive these ones were, boss. To what I could read about them, these nail clippers. So, yeah, there you go. Now, the joke is with Peaky dippers, the amount of cutlery we get, as in spoons, knives, forks. There we go guys, I was not lying. We've got everything from a cake slicer, old scissors, oh there, I'll put that with them. That's a piece of scrap, that's doing there. Yeah, so, we've got spoons, knives, all stainless steel. Scrapman's going to do very well off me. There's another carabiner, I think it's called. Got a couple of these clips which I believe they use in scaffold, and a lock pin, but I'm going to keep them because they're ideal, so I'll put them in the carabiners. Just as Marie's there, we've got padlocks. Again, I did have people giving me padlocks, but I've got that many of them now. I've got to do something guys. I've got padlocks that are nearly brand new, but without the key they're useless. So unfortunately guys, I am so sorry if anybody's gave me them in the past. They will be scrapped. As like I keep saying, I've just not got enough room now. Car and motorbike parts. I've got wind mirrors, whatever that is off an old car, an old lamp, an old brake or accelerator pedal off a moped. I've got them off push bikes, these things are just...
Can I just say, if there is any subscribers who see anything that I think, oh, that I need that for such and such, or you know, I can do that up to
fix.
Fix.
Going today.
But they need to let us know ASAP and we can try and get it to them.
What I'll do guys, I'll get Marie to put this video on today, i.e. tonight, and I'll give it a day's grace And if anybody wants something, it's going to be collection only, I'm afraid. As I'm not posting metal items off, it will cost me an arm and leg. If there's something you can make use of, absolutely fine. Just drop your name, let me know what you want, and I'll keep it aside for you. If I don't hear off nobody, it's got to go, guys. Got horseshoe. I've had quite a few of these. Again, just go in the garden. Poker chips. That was in Birmingham, not far from the casino, to be fair. Now, I've heard you can't cash these back in, and I've heard you can. So let me know, because if they're 5s and 10s or 20s, they might look them only like 50 pences. Let me know, guys. Well, if anybody wants to collect poker, if anybody collects them, let me know, and I can have them for 200 quid. Got a bridal, I think they call it a bridal wear horse patch, which again, that just hang in my garden, because you don't get many of these unless you own horses. So, yeah. There's another hook I can make use of in the garden. See what I'm saying? A lot of these things, a lot of the stuff can be recycled and made into something. Right, guys, now this here is obviously a fire poker. It's dangerous, so I'm going to put that in a pole, which I'll show you in a minute. Now this thing here causes a lot of hassle. We still don't know what it is, what it's off. It's quite heavy. It's full of muck. There's no holes that go through it. So I thought at first it was an old tannoy, but I'll tell you something now. I wouldn't like to put that on a hook, on a post, and want that to fall off on anybody's head. It weighs a ton. It's cast iron, I believe. I have tried to clean it with a grinder a lot, it just won't have it. I've had other words of it off a pump station, stuff like that. If anybody can comment on this, let me know what this is. So if Marie gets a good view of that. Right. Glasses. Common thing in the canals as well. I have probably thrown a few of these away as well over the time, because you find them not intact. So glasses. So that'll be chucked. I should have put that with the car things. That's an old car run. If anybody can make use of that, oh no, it's probably gone past it now, to be fair. But yeah, if anybody collects them, just let me know. Some people put things onto plaques. Found some razor blades, which is you always find them. Pens, lighters. I've had an Australian one. I've had this one here, cannabis one. That looks like an old one. Plastic lighters, and that's an old part of an old zip hub, I believe. I had this from Bio Nursery. Again, I might put it in the garden, clean it up in the garden as a little wind catcher. These are all the keys, guys. Have I showed the keys already?
Nope.
No. These are all the keys. Now, the car keys, to be fair, I know a little kid who collects these. So, like the car keys, I will be giving to... There's an old Astor there. I don't know if you'll want that one, but I'll put it there anyway. There is car keys here, and I know that Finley Hargood, out of Crazy Magnet family, collects the car keys. So we will be having first refusal on those. Found these things. Now again, this was with Magneto before I started Peaky Dippers. These things have got a screw on the inside, and they've got Calagas on the top. They've got a handle, and obviously it was painted yellow at one time. Let me know what these are, guys. I'm still got no answers to these yet. Again, I've got a smaller one, screw inside. Can't see the original painter on that one, but again, it's got Calagas. So let me know. Now, burner phones, another common thing in, I'm not just saying Birmingham, but in canals. iPad. You know what I mean, guys.
iPod or something like that.
Drug scales. Oh, that's a little clock I found not so long back. That's miscellaneous really. All these little burner phones. Dread to think what's been on half of these. All our old fashioned ones, up to datey ones. There we go. Right. Found that also. That was a nice little card holder or a cigarette tin. Only cheap. I've saw these before. I think I got one myself actually. That's that. Bullets. Now I have had a lot of bullets disarmed by a friend, which I've kept, and I've had the tips put back in them, but with everything took out. Now these here, live shotgun cartridges. I've never took this little ball because I've always believed it's off some kind of, it's probably just a ball bearing guys, but I've always believed it's some kind of musket fire or something. I'd like to think it was. We've got these are little detonators of a Hilti gun. Now these go into concrete and they get fired and they blow an hole into the concrete. These are little blanks for a handgun. They've got no tips in them at all, but then they could still go off. Another shotgun shell. That's off a pistol of some kind. I believe this was off the front of a gun that you pull to release the chamber for the bullets off an old pistol. So I will keep that just in case. And we've got an old Colt 45 as well, I believe, which I shall keep, but it'll be put in all this is going to go. I don't know where it's going to go, but it's going to go. But that Colt 45, yeah, it's a keeper. I mean, it's rusted up. It's really old. Put that in the shed out of the way. But I've got no heart to get rid of it. Now, I've been corrected. I used to call these crack pipes. And I do apologise. I've been told off and I didn't realise they're not actually crack pipes. If we can refrain from calling them crack pipes, guys, because it's offending people. These are marijuana pipes. And I've had people who are really ill on marijuana, who take medical marijuana, saying, would you please stop calling it a crack pipe? And I understand why. These are not crack pipes, guys, are marijuana pipes. So I do apologise to whoever it was now. These are marijuana pipes. So we've got 3 of them. And would you believe it, one of them's got Bob Barnley on it. So there we go. Now, the knives, guys, these are all amnesty. These are going to be handed in. That's a poker, obviously. But I've got knives, kitchen knives, choppers, knives, down to blunt knives, down to sharp little knives, bits of machetes. You probably saw that one a week or 2 ago. We pulled out like a samurai sword. I've got sharp kitchen knives. This one was left in the ground. Somebody had been to a spot, left all the scrap everywhere, and this was stuck in the ground. Now with all the knife crime going on, that was a stupid idea. I think you'll probably remember that. I was having a bit of a Barney. But yeah, so all these knives are going into the amnesty box because then what was pulled out. Bit of the sword, down to little pen knives, down to bread knives. But again, like you know, guys, they can all do damage. We all know somebody or heard somebody that's had a knife crime. We found a nice skateboard. Now, this one's called Penny, and I've priced these up, and you would not believe the price of these, guys. Stupid prices.
Cleaned up nice as well, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It just needs a bit of oil on the wheels. May put some fresh nuts onto it. That's been restored, that has. So that's how I can restore stuff. It's been all cleaned up. It just needs now new bolts put in where the old bolts are, and it's a keeper. 80-90 I saw these going for, guys. Ridiculous price. So Mitchell does hop about on that now and again, doesn't he?
Yeah.
G clamps. We had a big G clamp. I did have an attempt to restoring it, but it's just too much hard work, guys. I haven't got the energy and the effort to put into it. Fishing lures, again, any magnet fisher will tell you, fishing lures, absolutely loads of them. Anybody who does fishing, I've got loads of fishing lures here. Some are rubbish, some are Maokai, some are restorable. I mean, this one here was my first ever one, and I wasn't even filming at the time. It was a shame. This one came out, it's a beauty. So anybody wants these, let me know. While I'm on fishing, you can also have these. Some old rods here, I pulled out. One's still got the reel on. Whether you can get it apart and redo that up, I don't know. And there's a pole. I think it's got the very last segment missing off it, but let me know, guys, if anybody wants it. I mean, I think, personally, that's all gone now. I don't think anybody, that'll go in the rubbish. But there is a fishing rod there, guys. If you can make use of that, let me know. That has got all of it. So, let me know, guys. You can have it. Takes me down now to me canal signs.
What about what's it called? Boy, is it called?
Oh, we pulled, that was mudlarking with the Johnsons the other week. So we didn't obviously pull that up with a magnet. That was just floating on the top of the dirt. So I thought I'd bring that back. It's nice to hang in the garden. Restored it and put it in the garden. Canal signs. The amount of these I've pulled out. I'm not going to show the name of the lane, but this is in Birmingham. Yeah. This one was given to me on a plaque by More Magneteers, but what I've done, well, what I'm going to do, they put it on just a normal plain plaque, which was really nice of them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them onto a nice driftwood plaque and make it look really nice. So that was off More Magneteers. This one,
So I think that was the number of the bridge you found in your shotgun, wasn't it?
that was the number of the bridge where I found my shotgun, guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I said, there's fines here that I haven't got, because I've had to hand them in. There's and I've given some stuff away as well. I.e., I think that big sword I give to Paul Johnson.
Yeah.
Creek Lexham with the eagle's head on. I'll give that to Paul. Very responsible chap. Very good friend of mine, like family. So I've gave that to him. Shotgun obviously got handed in, as you saw on the videos. But
Your crossbow as well. You
crossbow,
gave that away, didn't you?
yeah. I gave that to Mark Jones, Crazy Magnet family, and he's got that working, I believe. So fair play to him. Another sign there, Birmingham Council, Icknield Port Loop. I know exactly where that is. I believe this is part of an old sign, say it's 10 minus or something like that. Or it could, no, it's 10. But they're just going to scrap, guys. Found this pump, and the week after, Scott Hargood found the same, but he's in better condition than mine. Again, that will go in the garden, amongst the plants.
Yeah.
Just to give it that nice
Give
look,
that
rustic look.
some spray paint on it, couldn't you, I suppose?
You don't put spray paint, guys, on top of unrestored stuff, because the rust does come through it, and then you've wasted all your money on spray paint.
Oh, okay.
So, there we go. It'll just rust. It looks natural in a garden amongst some plants.
That's true.
Fitting ponds eventually as well, so it'll give it that nice look. Right, now this is the bit I think you guys have been waiting for. Well, I've been waiting to show you. So, these knives are what I collect myself. What I'm going to keep as a responsible adult. These are not going anywhere else. I've restored a lot of this stuff as well. So we found this, and that was black. I restored it, put a new sharp edge on it, and I made my new handle, and that is a nice machete. That's mine. Found an old chopper. Now, I've dated this. This is going back to about 1890, 1900. This is very old. But again, yeah, it probably could hurt somebody, but it's not going nowhere. It'll probably just sit on a eventually put it in a frame by my Peaky blinder stuff. So just give it that nice look. This was given to me by Scott Hargood. Nice little knife, which I cleaned up, and I think he was quite shocked how I cleaned it up, if I remember right. Got normal knife, which to be fair, I've been using this one to cut sellotape with, believe it or not. Another knife there. This is a Ski and Do, which is a boot knife. Absolutely beautiful blade on that. And what I like about these blades is it's got the centre part there, like so. So it's got a double edge. You don't find many of them. I believe they've got these kind of knives on the Marines Corps, on the badge. So yeah, nice. Never part with that. Got a very old knife there. To be fair, that is junk. I'll probably put that with the Amnesty knives, Marie.
Yep.
Yeah. Mother of pearl handle penknife from, we believe it's the 50s, 60s. But again, it's all cleaned up, restored, and ready to go. Like that. This, oh my god, I'll show you this in a minute. This was a little fishing knife Marie found. That needs a little bit of rust taken off that again, it's just a bit of surface rust. But yeah, it's a multi-tool, always going useful. That there is a barrel to a gun that I found. I painted it black just to put on a display, but probably just kind of scrapped, to be fair guys. But it is off a little this is probably the best knife, the best condition I ever found was this one, and it's not a flick knife. You just get your finger and lever it and up it goes. That is a beautiful, it's so sharp, it's unbelievable. That's gorgeous. So then what you do guys is, I'm trying to think how you do it now, you move that across and pull that back down. There you go. Found unfortunately the little badge was missing off the front. Well, this is like a Sikh, what they put around the necks. It's not actually a knife, it's just ornamental. So, but again, there's some things I just can't part with. This was a Koshoff Steve Forrest, Rusty Nuts. There you go Steve, I have cleaned it up a lot. I've took the rubber handle off. It has gone dirty again because it's been out in the shed, but I'm thinking about taking that right down to the steel, to be fair, and restoring that. Kosh is the Kosh guys, them wrong to have, but again, as long as I'm not on the street with it, I'm alright. This is just going to go into my shed, just with my fines basically. And this, somebody put me right on this, but somebody said this is a podger that they use for scaffold and stuff like that, but I've also been told it's a rat's tail spanner as well from the Second World War. Now I can see why people think it's a podger, because them long like this and they go down, but I've also had somebody tell me that they actually use one of these, but the air raid shelters up, so I don't know guys, don't shoot the messenger, that's that. I've kept it anyway because that is really sharp, so that's out of people's hands. These are things I've restored. I mean, that was just completely gone. And again, oh, still magnetic, look, from off the magnet. There is an old square nail that I restored. It probably doesn't look much on the camera now. They have gone rusty again over time. But there's an old square nail that I restored. But it hasn't restored very well. And that's a nice chisel. So there you go. Now, as you know guys, we're doing the magnet fishing still, but we have been concentrating probably the last month on bottle digging. Now bottle digging, we've really took to it, and we know somebody who's a professional bottle digger themselves, and we've started doing a lot of that. Now I've got my immaculate, lovely collection in my house where I keep mint, shining. But these bottles here I'm going to show you are all bottles that I'm over. I've got 2 of each or whatever. These are more bottles that eventually I think I may sell for say 50p, a pound a piece. This one was actually found in my own back garden. But yes guys, I've got everything out. There's old sauce bottles, there's, there you go, Daddy's sauce, Daddy's favourites, from wine bottles, jars, paste jars, Brill creams. I've got this is mostly 1930s in this one here, bits of ornaments from back in the day on that as well. All types of bottles guys. I've got chemist bottles, chemist tubes, there's a nice embossed one there, look. No trouble with that, it's broken on the top, but somebody will still have that. Somebody who's not too fussed would still have that. Let's say Sherwood Wolverhampton, Sherwood Morris. But guys, they are here for you to come and have a look at. If anybody wants anything, let me know. Again, medicine bottles, no return, no deposit. All the old bottles there. We've got these ones. That's beautiful, that one is beautiful condition. There we go. Loads of screw lids, loads of cork tops, bits of old poisons that unfortunately lids are broke up, but some people cut them down, you see, not to be taken. Old mill bottles, absolutely everything guys. Please feel free to come and have a look. Anything you want, all sorts of it out. But I think that's about it guys. So it might not look a lot, but over the year, like, a lot of it has been scrapped along the way, or if it's been dangerous I've just got rid of it as is. But I hope you've enjoyed having a look through what I've got. I am going to scrap a lot of this guys. I'll give you a day's grace. If anybody wants anything, let me know. And then what I'll do is, if nobody gets back to me, it'll all get scrapped. So stay well guys, because of this virus going about. Look after yourselves.
We will be back to magnet fishing guys.
Yes we will, yeah.
Get this out of the way, innit?
Yeah, well we'll still be going out, because at the end of the day there's only 3 of us go out, and the Johnsons, but they stand far away from us. We're not all cramped up, and I'm advising to go and get fresh air, so it's not as if it's going to kill magnet fishing or bottle digging anyway. So we're not going around
it's play it by ear each day, isn't it? So
that's it, play by each day. We might go out while I'm off for a quick adventure, but it will be magnet fishing, because we've got to get some magnet fishing done. But yeah guys, as you can see, a little ask gone over. Anything you want, just come and get it. Except for the things that except for that. Except for any of that and the things I've told you about. Feel free. And my order of the Peaky dippers. Stay well.
Can't you see the tears I cry?